How's it going, everyone? I just hit rank 17 on the SVOU ladder and I did it using this Kommo-o Veil Team. You've probably seen this before on the channel. This is my favorite team and definitely my best creation this generation so far. And today I will be explaining to everyone the process of how I built this team and how to actually use it, starting with the star of the team, Kommo-o. I'm running a pretty standard special attacking Kommo-o set here with Clangorous Soul to raise its stats, Clanging Scales as the Dragon Stab move, Boom Burst because that's the main attraction of using this set, being able to spam Terra normal boosted Boom Burst, and Flamethrower to hit steel types. Since Kommo-o has 3 sound moves, I'm running Throat Spray that gives you a special attack raise for the first time when you click a sound move, and for ability I'm running Soundproof because it is capable of blocking Roar from the likes of Zamazenta and Moltres, which is really good because you can use that as a setup opportunity behind Veil, and it also blocks common moves like Psychic Noise from Slowking and Parting Shot from Pecharet, which is really cool. Another move option you can use is Drain Punch over Clanging Scales. It will help you deal with Blissey, Heatran, Tinglu, Garg, and it will also allow you to deal with AV Aloe because AV Aloe survives a +2 Terra Normal Boom Burst and it will mirror coat you. So having Drain Punch means you're not only damaging Aloe, you're not only avoiding mirror coat, but also healing at the same time, which is really great. But it also comes with its disadvantages because you won't be able to, if you're running it with Flamethrower, you won't be able to hit Dragapult, you won't be able to do much to Pecharunt, or like ghost types in general, like a Sinisha and stuff as well. And you will get completely walled by Cerulege, whether it's Flash Fire is even worse, but even a weak armor, Cerulege is not going to take anything from your flamethrowers. You can obviously run it with Clanging Scales and avoid flamethrower, but then you will get walled by Gholdengo. So yeah, all of these combinations come with their disadvantages. I find flamethrower Clanging Scales the best because you need a stab move before you can Terra. You're not gonna Terra Kommo every time, so having that stab move to just hit stuff is really good. Next Pokemon I added in the team was Gholdengo. I knew I will be building a Veil team from the start, so you need Gholdengo to block Defog because of its ability. I'm running a stall breaking Gholdengo set because I hate losing to stall, especially with offense teams. You want to be taking care of those stall, and Gholdengo is just an incredible stall breaker, right? I'm yet to lose on matchup against stall. Whatever stall teams I've faced, I have beaten them, or if I've lost, then I've lost because I missed Focus Blast or something like that. They're going modest max special attack because we don't really need bulk. We want as much power as possible because, as I said, this is our breaker, and Veil will be doing the job of bulk anyway, so we don't need bulk either. And because I'm not running bulk, I'm also running Custard Berry because inside Veil there are many times that Gholdengo ends up surviving moves below 25%. Or you can create a situation where Gholdengo will survive a move below 25% and Custard Berry just becomes really good. I added it after I built the team because at first I was running Balloon, but I didn't really find too much value because, as I said, we don't really need to worry about surviving moves or taking hits because Veil is doing that for us. So having that Custard Berry as a speed option, situational speed option, is so incredible, and I'm telling you, this is the best asset this team has. This Pokemon is gonna be like the thing that's gonna enable your sweepers to win the game or even win you the game on the spot against like stall and stuff. This thing, do not take this Custard Berry lightly. This thing is the game winner and a very important item in making this team work. If you're not worried about stall like in a tournament game or something, then you can definitely run Make It Rain or Thunderbolt or any coverage you want. But on ladder, if you want to beat stall, run Psyshock. Next up is obviously Ninetales because it's a Veil team. Veil, Encore, Freeze Dry, and Snowscape for weathers. If you're not worried about weathers, you can run Roar. You can also run Moonblast, but I don't think you really need Moonblast. I really like Snowscape a lot, especially for laddering because there's a lot of sun teams, and recently a lot of sand teams, apparently Excuttle, Tyranitar, have been running around a lot. EV Spread is just to survive a 252 attack Pyro Ball from Cinderace. Doesn't really have too much significance to it because it doesn't come up, the scenario doesn't come up often, but it's good to have. And finally Terra Water because it's just a good defensive typing. It resists steel and fire. Next up is Hatterene for hazard control. We want to prevent those hazards from going up on our side. Specifically webs, I only really put it for webs because other hazards aren't that big of a problem for a team like this where nothing is really weak to Stealth Rock except Ninetales, but that Pokemon most of the time comes out before Stealth Rock go up or something. And yeah, its only purpose is to get Veil up, so it doesn't really matter whether you take damage from Stealth Rock. I'm running Covert Cloak because of Garg. Garg can be annoying to switch in because it just gets free chip on stuff by just clicking a move, and it's on offense team, so you hate taking that chip damage. That's why Covert Cloak Hatterene blocks that Garg and is gonna win you games against Garg, especially like Curse Garg sweepers. Like good players will know that Garg is really good against your team and try to save it for the end game, so you should try to save Hat and use it to deal with that Garg. Again, standard EV spread and Terra Water, because same thing as Ninetales, this doesn't Terra often. You will be Terraing other 4 mons more than this thing, so yeah, just went for a standard good defensive Terra that is Water. Next up is Zamazenta, that is the dedicated speed control of the team, the Gambit check, and also the coverage guy, the anti-lead guy, because Ninetales does have some very bad lead matchups like Cinderace, Iron Moth, things that are faster than this and knock off Light Clay. Against all of those, you will be leading Zamazenta. It's a really powerful Pokemon with Life Orb. You will be most of the time one-shotting those Pokemon like Tornadus, Ogerpon, anything like that, Treads that can knock off items. Cinderace and Iron Moth, you will be one-shotting them. I run Terra Dark because I like the psychic immunity. You can run Fighting, Steel, Stellar if you want. Very depends on your choice. I just like that pinch psychic immunity if you need it in like endgame and stuff. And finally, the team needed a priority, so I added Kingambit. I thought about Dragonite, but I didn't want another Dragon type, and also the fact that Dragonite is kind of a sweeper that depends on Terra a lot. Because even if you're not running like a Terra Blast set, Terra Normal Extreme Speeds are something that makes Dragonite a really good sweeper. Without it, it just does get hindered by a bunch of stuff. But Kingambit is not like that. Kingambit gets those fallen boosts and it's just so powerful after setting up that you don't need Terra. You don't need to abuse Terra. You can just Sucker Punch and deal with more than half the tier. Running Terra Ghost standard stuff for surviving fighting type moves and setting up. And I added Balloon on this because the team ended up having no flying immunity, ground immunities, so Balloon was necessary. The EV spread also has significance. It outspeeds Weezing Galar and Clefable. Importantly, Weezing Galar, because that thing can burn you. You want to be faster than it and knock it out. And 168 HP also makes you survive. A CC from Zamazenta boots Zama, I believe. I don't know the exact calc. I will add it on the screen in the video, obviously. But yeah, it does make you survive something like that. Because I tried doing like 124 and 132 because I had a game where Skeleturge was super annoying. So I'd maybe I should go outspeed Skeleturge, but that didn't really work out. You need that bulk. That's why I run this. Now let me give you some pointers for using this team. Basically, your goal is to set Ninetales up, set Veil up, go into Gholdengo, break the opponent's walls or special walls or whatever, just bulky Pokemon, break them, try to use Custap Berry to catch those revenge killers if possible, and then sweep with your sweepers. Zamazenta is the anti-lead and kind of that revenge killer and pinch check to physical attackers with its defense raise. But most importantly, it's that anti-lead where you want to lead it against Cinderace, Moth, Tornadus, or any other Pokemon that just can obliterate Ninetales before it can get Veil up. I'm gonna emphasize again on Custap Berry. This is a really good asset and you should try to use this to its maximum potential. Don't be afraid of Terraing, clicking the Terra button, be aggressive. Your goal should be to grab KOs instead of thinking of, oh, I wanna sweep with Kommo or I wanna sweep with Kingambit, because it's great if those Pokemon sweep, right? But your focus should be on grabbing KOs. Whenever you get a chance of getting a guaranteed KO, you take it, whether it's through Terra or something else. Obviously, there are going to be matchups where you need to save Terra, and you'll know you need to save Terra for like Kommo or Kingambit. Those are different situations. But most of the time, you shouldn't be afraid of using all your assets, whether it's Terra or something else. Don't really worry about hazards except webs. The hazards are not a problem for the team. Let's say an example scenario would be Ninetales versus Tusk. You want to get Veil up, but Tusk will get Stealth Rock, so you switch into Hatterene. Don't do that. Get your Veil up for free, let Tusk get Stealth Rock, it doesn't matter. That's not gonna cost you the game because hazards are not that hard for this team. So yeah, now let's talk about some threats, some key threats to these teams. First one and the biggest nemesis of this team is Cinderace because it can code change the Veil. So obviously you're going to be leading Zamazenta because if the opponent has a Cinderace, they will be leading it to as an anti-lead for your Ninetales. So you lead Zamazenta, you're going to threaten it out with Stone Edge. And when Cinderace switches in on Ninetales on the turn, you click Veil because it will. I like to do the procedure where I encore it because if they attack, they're gonna get logged into it and you can go into your Kommo to set up. And if they code change, then you're gonna encore them into code change and you'll be free to get another Veil up. Obviously there are complications because especially high ladder players tend to just switch the Veils again to give you the Veil that has less turns available. But it's fine. As long as you're getting your Veil up, it's fine because you're the one that's going to be setting up with your Mars. That's going to be increasing your damage. The opponent might not be doing that. So keep that in mind. And whenever an opportunity arises where you can get a Cinderace KO, more often than not, that will be with Gholdengo. Then take your chance. Use that Terra, use that Custap or Priority to get rid of Cinderace. Next up is Moth. It's the same deal when it comes to lead because they will lead Moth as an anti-lead for 9 days. Lead Zamazenta, threaten it out, KO it with Stone Edge if they stay in. And just be careful of not getting swept by Iron Moth late game because this Pokemon just has the coverage that can completely sweep your entire team. So keep Kingambit alive, keep that Sucker Punch opportunity alive, and just be aware of not getting swept. Use your Terra, use your Custap or any resource that can help you get rid of this mon. Next up is Weezing, especially with Defog because of neutralizing gas. It not only ignores Gholdengo's ability and can defog on it, but it also, when it comes out as lead, prevents Ninetales from getting snow up. So you have to manually click Snowscape and then click Veil, which is annoying because it can just defog. It also can run Sludge Bomb, which can be annoying. It's not like a super big threat that's gonna cost you the game, but it's just annoying, especially if it's a lead. So you can try to anti-lead it if you think the opponent will lead it with like Zamazenta or Gholdengo, or you can just like attack it with Ninetales and don't try to get Veil up early and instead try to like encore it into a different move so that you can get Veil for free after. Next up, Dragapult, mainly because of Infiltrator, it ignores Veil, so you can't really do anything about it. It has super effective moves for your entire team for the most part, and it's faster than your entire team outside of speed boosted Kommo-o. Just try to not get swept by it, try to not get all of your mons lowered, so something like a Terra Ghost, Shadow Ball, Specs Dragapult sweeps you, or like a Terra Dragon Banded Dragapult sweeps you, something like that. One situation that will arise is that Boots Paul trying to wisp Kingambit, and in those situations, instead of switching out, try to take the wisp and just damage this part or KO this part as possible with Kowtow, because that's gonna help your team in the late game a lot. Next up is Enamorus, Scarf Enamorus specifically, that spams Moonblast with Terra Fairy or Terra Stellar or whatever. It's just annoying for the team to face. The only resist you have is Gholdengo, and that will get chipped down. It doesn't have recovery. And because Enamorus is faster than everything in your team, even a speed boosted Kommo-o, you can't really do anything about it. So yeah, this is the only Pokemon or a Scarf Moonblast variant, if that is something that could come up. These two are the only Pokemon that this team genuinely struggles with, because in the late game, if the opponent played well, then it's most likely that Enamorus might be sweeping you. Obviously, you won't lose outright because you have stuff like Custap, the opponent may not be aware of your item, you have Veil, you have Terra, you have Priority and Sucker Punch, so there are things definitely you can do. But don't be too hard on the team or on yourself if you lose to Scarf Enam, because it's just that Pokemon that beats this team. So now I'm gonna show you some replays where this team performed really well. As you can see, this one is against a Cinderace, the number one nemesis of this team. So I immediately starting off led with Zamazenta. As I said, you gotta threaten that Cinderace out. I clicked Stone Edge, they decided to go Gliscor. Now Gliscor obviously needs to be worried about Ice Fang because they don't know I don't have it. So I immediately double into Ninetales, expecting them to protect. Got my Veil up for free, no need to worry about knockoff or anything. And then immediately, as I've said before, they will bring Cinderace in, and they just did. Immediately brought out Cinderace in front of Ninetales. So I followed the procedure. They code changed and I clicked Encore. They fortunately did not click code change again, so I ended up having a Veil with the more turns because I clicked it again. Doubled into Gholdengo expecting a Make It Rain, but they switched into Darkrai. But I didn't really pay attention to it, just went with Nasty Plot. Turns out they were Spexrai. So yeah, that did way too much, but unfortunately did not put me in Custap range, just barely. It was a roll. I think the max Specs Darkrai can do is 91 inside Veil. So yeah, I barely got like a minimum roll and wasn't able to activate Custap. So I immediately just Terra'd. I knew I would survive the Dark Pulse, so I wanted to use this +2 with Custap. I saw the opportunity, Terra'd, got the KO on the Darkrai. I clicked Focus Blast here because it was a guaranteed KO if I hit. I didn't, unfortunately, but that was fine because I decided to risk this here because I knew that Kommo would win this game. I mean, you look at Kommo and then you look at this matchup, it is just over. Once Kommo gets set up, it's over. So I decided to risk it and see if I can get a KO. I didn't, unfortunately, miss the move, but it's fine. Went Hatterene because I didn't want to give them free Stealth Rock. Psychic Noise the Gliscor. Tried to set up here as they did the same. I clicked Calm Mind. And then just kept attacking, trying to 1v1 this Gliscor, keep it from healing to the max. Right, Psychic Noise, they Earthquaked. Click Training Kiss so that I survive the next Earthquake. They protected. They are normal. They didn't get the KO. And I was able to Psychic Noise them. Keep them super low here. And just sacked Hatterene. Immediately went into Ninetales because it's a free turn to get Veil. I will get 8 turns, 7 turns of Veil, which is great. They attacked, protected and stuff. I just decided I'm gonna Encore them into that and sack the Ninetales as well because I don't really need this. I saw the opportunity that Kommo would sweep. I tried to keep them low so that Kommo can get a setup or just get a move off for free and activate its Throat Spray, which exactly happened. And they went Among Us. I clicked Clanging Scales because that was tab. Wanted to KO the Gliscor. Got the boost, KO'd the Among Us with Flamethrower. Now they don't have Terra, they don't have anything that's faster than Kommo once it sets up. And it was pretty easy. Even now, I lost my Ninetales and they got Veil using Cinderace, but it doesn't matter because Kommo just gets a free setup. And it's only 3 turns of Veil left. So yeah, I pretty much win the game. Boom busted the Cinderace. The U-turned out, went into Gliscor. I did crit the Gliscor here, but even if I didn't, first of all, Veil was gonna end next turn, so I would have KO'd them next turn, and Facade was not gonna knock me out because I had a defense raise. So, okay, this next one here is a little old when I was using the time when I was using Drain Punch on my Kommo, and this just simply showcases how good Kommo can be in certain matchups. Let's start. We got Ninetales. As you can see, they don't have anything that can outright threaten Ninetales or knock off its item before it can Veil. So it was a clear Ninetales lead. I got Veil up. As I said, don't worry about hazards. They did get Stealth Rock up. I didn't really care. My team's not weak to hazards. I'm getting a free Veil. I'm taking it. Doubled into Gholdengo, expecting Slowking there. Nasty plotted. They clicked Flamethrower. They were AV Slowking, by the way. So I immediately just attack because, as I said, this is your breaker. Lowering Slowking to this much because it would be, next time it comes in, it would be 53. It helps Kommo so much. Shadow Ball the Kingambit. I decided to switch out on this turn because Stealth Rock were up and it would have been easier for me to get Gholdengo to Custap range due to Stealth Rock damage at some point in the game and use a Custap Berry because I didn't really want to Terra my Gholdengo because I knew Kommo has a great matchup, and also the fact that they would have Sucker Punched the King Gholdengo anyway. So I switched out into Kommo. Luckily they did click Sucker Punch. I got a free Kommo. Got a free setup here as well. Next turn, as you can see, they doubled into Slowking. I set up, and now they know Slowking and now they know Slowking is the only answer to this thing, so they try to regenerate it. I just did a normal and attack. Kingambit went down. They did the same thing with Slowking, brought it out, give me some damage with Psyshock here. Switched it out again, sacked Hydrapple, I believe, Moltres. Okay, sacked Moltres. I damaged Slowking again, Psyshock did not get the KO. Now here's an interesting turn, right? Slowking. I have a +1 attack, Slowking is at 9%. I knew through the calc that Drain Punch will KO this Slowking. So I knew they want to save Slowking because that's the only thing that's going to take a hit and knock this thing out. I clicked Drain Punch and caught the Jolteon switch and clearly just healed so much health that they immediately just forfeited the game. Because yeah, at this point they couldn't really do anything because I just healed more than they can damage me with Slowking. Next up we got some more Gholdengo showcase in this replay. We got a Iron Crown. I didn't really mention while talking about the team about Iron Crown, but against Iron Crown, because how powerful this Pokemon is and my team doesn't really appreciate taking Tachyons, because like Gholdengo and Kingambit are resist, but I really don't want to face a situation where they expect Gholdengo and just Volt Switch out and I lose Balloon on Kingambit. So I always just lead with Ninetales against Crown and just go for Veil and sack the Ninetales, because yeah, 7 turns of Veil I think should be more than enough, because this also gives me a free Gholdengo setup turn, right? Which yeah, went into it, clicked Nasty Plot. Samurott came in, immediately Focus Blasted it. I hit, Samurott went down. Awesome. Now they went into Tusk. I knew I would survive a move, so I took the hit, knocked the Tusk out using Shadow Ball, and now they went into Lando. And here's when the fun stuff starts. As I said, you should take advantage of your Cuss Step and don't be afraid of clicking Terra. I looked at the calc. Turning into a fighting type meant I would survive Earth Power Earthquake from this Lando. So I did it, survived the move, got the KO on the Lando, and now I'm in range of Cuss Step Berry, so I get to go for a free hit again on the Ogerpon. Ogerpon survived because it was a bulky Ogerpon, but it doesn't matter at this point because the job's being done. The job of breaking is done. Kommo comes in for free, sets up, Boom Burst, Flamethrower, and yeah, they forfeit. Yeah, next up we got Webs here. Again, Iron Moth Webs at that. So I knew Iron Moth would be the lead. I led with Zamazenta. Immediately clicked Stone Edge here. They switched out. It was Booster Special Attack Moth, by the way. It switched out into Arak. Now, obviously, they'd have to click Endure if they want to get Sticky Webs up, because I would KO them otherwise. They want to Endure and use their Cuss Tap. So I just went with Stone Edge again. They decided to switch out into Tusk. Switching out into Tusk means I get a free Ninetales turn. So that's what I did. Doubled into Ninetales. They got Stealth Rock up. Nope, they Rapid Spin. But I still survived the headlong because of the snow boost. So it didn't really matter. Got the Veil up. Sacked the Ninetales. Went into Zama because it was getting a free KO here. I didn't really want to go Kommo and get like Ice Spinnered on or maybe knocked off or something. But Zama got the KO there. They went into Kingambit, tried to make me click CC, I guess, on the rack to get Cuss Tap, but I doubled into Hatterene. I knew they would click Endeavor, but I couldn't have risked Webs because I knew Zamazenta and Kommo are too good in this game. And Kingambit too. Yeah. Now I get a free Boom Burst on the Arak here. They went into, I believe, Dragonite, yeah. I clicked Clanging Scales, they encored me into that. That was a really good play by my opponent, encoring me into that so that they can set up with Kingambit later. I just knocked the D-Knight out. They went Kingambit. I just attacked because I didn't really want to give Kingambit a free turn to set up. At least I will damage this, put it in range of stuff. I just did that. They didn't set up, instead Iron-Headed, which is a good play. Went into Zama, they clicked Terra Ghost. I CC'd, didn't really want to read. Iron-Head, they Sucker Punched, fine. I went into Kingambit. I figured it's a Webs team. Considering the Kingambit weakness, they will probably have low kick. So I didn't really try to read and just Sucker Punched on the low kick. Got it. They went Moth, and I have Terra at this point, so Terra Ghost, out the Moth. Got the KO, and finally they tried to go Gholdengo and Nasty Plot and stuff. I clicked Sucker Punch once because we don't know what they're gonna do. But when I saw that they Nasty Plot, I immediately switched next turn because that's their only option. They can only win if they Nasty Plot and I Sucker Punch. So I just took that away from them. I didn't Sucker Punch. Turn 2, so I kind of won the game. So these were some of the best games that I had of replays of, so I decided to show you. There's obviously I played a ton, and there will be more replays in the RMT thread, so you should check that RMT thread out if you want to see more replays. And just go there and maybe like the post if you're on Smogon, you know. It would be really appreciated. So yeah, that's about it for the team. You can use this team, the paste will be in the description. Let me know if you have any questions, or just share your experience if you take a run with this team on ladder or maybe in a tournament game. And I'm very proud of this team, and I'm very happy to share it with you guys. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.